pillared mansion on the old plantation is a symbol of the Old South with its traditions of gracious living. The peacefulness of this scene makes it hard to believe that the stately old house is the busy focal point of interest for a group of sportsmen who converge on its lawns and fields once each year to see champions put through their paces and to select the greatest bird dog champion of them all, the winner of the National Field Trials. The longtime home of these trials is the Ames Plantation, located 50 miles from Memphis in the southwest corner of Tennessee. The plantation, with its 75 square miles of territory, is one of the largest east of the Mississippi River. A shining example of the great hunting dogs of the early days of the Nationals was Count Gladstone IV, winner of the first trials in 1896, which were held at West Point, Mississippi. In 1900, the trials were run near Grand Junction, but not on the Ames Plantation, and the winner was Ladies Count Gladstone. Since 1902, the plantation home of Hobart Ames has also been the home of the Grand Nationals. When Mr. Ames died in 1945, the National lost one of its most loyal supporters. But Mrs. Ames graciously continued to serve as hostess to the annual event until her death in 1950. Her will made provisions for the trials to continue and established the Hobart Ames Foundation as a memorial to her husband. The trustees of the foundation were given two important provisions to fulfill. First, they were instructed to carry on the National Field Trials at the plantation in a manner keeping with the high standards established by Hobart Ames. Reuben Scott, plantation manager since 1932, is plantation host to the trials and has worked hard to uphold the high standards of the trials. Second, the acreage and facilities of the Ames Plantation were to be made available to the University of Tennessee College of Agriculture for carrying on experiments and investigations related to scientific and educational purposes. This was the continuation of another of Hobart Ames' interests, since he was an able and scientific farmer and had bred fine livestock along with fine dogs.
Say real quick before we get back to the film, I'm Alan Warren. I'm the guy trying to preserve and share these old outdoor TV classics. And I want to ask you something simple. I want to hear from you, as in actually hear from you. If these old shows bring back memories, a person, a place, or just a time in your life that still means something, I hope that you'll call and tell me. There are so many old shows and films that deserve to be remembered, and hearing from you helps keep me encouraged. It does. Would you give me a call? My 24-hour voicemail line is 210-452-7227. Again, that's 210-452-7227. You can call me anytime and tell me what these old shows mean to you. All right, let's get back to today's film.
I'm Andy Holt, president of the University of Tennessee. I'd like to welcome you to Ames Plantation. UT has 4 agricultural programs in progress here at Ames. It's our purpose to educate the people of Tennessee and to help promote the agricultural programs for our state. And with the new machinery, the new ideas, and the new breed of farmers we're helping to develop, the University of Tennessee's agricultural program is really the new Ames. But the new Ames is an extension of the ideas of Hobart Ames, an agricultural leader in his own day. He had 2 loves, his farm and the National Field Trials. And thanks to the legacy that he and Mrs. Ames left us, those 2 loves continue to live side by side in this corner of our state. For Ames is a proving ground for 2 kinds of champions, champion farmers and champion dogs.
Excitement runs high on Sunday evening before the trials as the crowd gathers in the gymnasium of the Grand Junction High School for the drawing which will determine the running position of each dog entered. With 40 dogs qualified, this meet will last for at least 10 days, since only 2 braces will be run each day. A brace is 2 dogs who run the same course at the same time. The presiding officers at the drawing are the president and secretary of the association and the judges. The names of all qualified nominees are placed in a hat and drawn out one by one.
First dog of the first brace, Deuces Wild. R.W. Riggins owner, Herman Smith handler. Second dog of the first brace, Home Run Johnny. Miss Claudia L. Phelps owner, Fred Arent Jr. handler.
This first brace will run the morning course starting at 8 a.m. Monday. The second brace will run the afternoon course the first day. The third brace will run the morning course on the second day, and so forth. The course is about 12 miles, but the dogs will run much more than this as they zigzag back and forth looking for birds.
Second dog of the 20th brace, Wildlife Bill, N. Armand Mitchell, owner and handler.
When the last brace has been set up, it's time for the special Hall of Fame awards. Each year, two people who have made outstanding contributions to the Nationals are recognized, along with two outstanding dogs. The people must be living, the dogs must be dead. A Hall of Fame award went to Nash Buckingham. Mr. Buckingham was honored for his many years of service and devotion to the National Field Trials as judge and reporter. A Hall of Fame award for dogs went to Eugene's Ghost, owned by Bob Stoner, who received the award. Eugene's Ghost is considered by many to be one of the greats. In 1922, he ran one of the best races ever run in the trials, pointing 16 bevies and 8 singles. But he was disqualified through penalties and did not win the title. Thinking about this and the other great canine champions, we come up with the question, just what makes a great bird dog champion? What is the purpose and ultimate result of all this effort and training? They don't even shoot the birds at the trials. For the answer to this and some other questions about this great sport, we turn to an expert in the field, Mr. Nash Buckingham, interviewed by Tennessee Charlie.
Tell me, what is the underlying reason for the Grand National Field Trials?
To discover the finest shooting dog of the greatest possible range of his selected country, on which he displays the best points of intelligence, word-finding sense, and above all, stamina, which was the reason for the 3 hours. In fact, Mr. Ames has told me that they had times ran them 4 hours in their efforts to produce 3-hour dogs.
Out of all the years that you've been associated with the Grand National Field Trials, what would you say is was the outstanding year of this event?
The outstanding year?
Yes.
That would be broadly to be discussed, but from my own personal standpoint, I would say 1942, when Luminary won after a brilliant second series, and 1922, when Eugene's Ghost ran probably the most sensational heat that has ever been run on these courses, but did not win the title.
Another day presents inclement weather, but the trials go on. These enthusiasts are not to be outdone in spirit by the champion dogs they came to see. Let's look at another day's race. Looks as if the weather will be fair today. The trial judges are interested in the pace the dogs maintain throughout the heat. Both they and the gallery must stay back far enough so that they will not disturb the dogs or flush the birds. But the judges must stay close enough to tell if the dogs really have a nose for birds. And when a dog points, they need to judge his stance and to see if he holds steady. A single, and the race resumes. An important characteristic of fine hunting dogs is their ability to back a point made by another dog. If he backs the other point by holding steady as though he had made the point himself, then the judges add points in his favor. Is it 11 o'clock already? It may not seem like it to us, but ask this fellow. He's been on the go for 3 hours. Although he has stood the pace well, he's ready for a well-deserved rest. And the folks on horseback who rolled out for an early breakfast are ready for a lunch break, too. The morning's run has been especially hard on the judges. Since they have the responsibility of selecting the winner, they have had to pay close attention to all the action. Scene of the noonday activities is the plantation stable area. Lunch is served in the long tent located just below the large brick barn. One of the most popular places on the plantation at noon is the luncheon table, full of food prepared by the ladies of Grand Junction PTA. Special entertainment was arranged for the lunchtime break, and what could be more appropriate than a demonstration of the well-known Tennessee walking horses? Then at 1 p.m., it's back to the course for the next brace of dogs. The gallery is about the same, but 2 new dogs will be at the starting point. Excitement grows as the gallery and the judges mount up. The services of the traveling blacksmith are much in demand to keep the mounts in tip-top shape. And when you have some 200 riders wanting well-shod horses, that's a lot of horseshoes. Add 'em up.
Are you ready? Let them go.
The speed and stamina of these trial dogs are outstanding from any angle. Even on horseback, the gallery has to stay on the move to keep up. The afternoon course is marked with yellow ribbons and covers different but similar terrain. It looks like a good day with clear skies, but it's cold this morning and just right for cold weather comforters. The gallery is larger today, and Jim Bryan, assistant plantation manager, is giving a short briefing on protocol for the riders.
Well, the judges out here, Mr. Irvin Jenkins and the marshal, we'd appreciate if you'd keep your horses to the rear of these men and the marshal. Give the judges an opportunity to see these dogs, and the owners and trainers an opportunity to show them. Thank you so much.
Runners in today's race are War Storm and Rig-a-Jig.